Hi, Difference Maker. It is Kirby. Hope you're having a great day. It's a little late again in Australia because I've had a big day. Um, and I want to jump on quickly tonight. I've got 10 minutes before I jump onto a coaching call. And I wanted to just jump on and follow up with what I discussed last night. If you didn't catch last night's episode, it was around the counterintuitive method for setting goals for yourself and for your business. And I just thought I'd jump on tonight and give the follow-up to that as well, because I had a few people send me a message and say, Kirby, that's great, but I'm getting distracted. So anyone ever getting distracted? I know that I do. And I think I've got a pretty good mechanism to deal with it that I want to share. This is exactly the same thing that I share with all my private clients and everyone in my coaching program, because it's a super simple method for me to be able to track what's going on for them and also then to coach them through that. But you can use the exact same method for yourself. And I think it will help you specifically with what I refer to as shiny object syndrome, which you might have experienced, where you kind of focused on a task over here and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, there's this nice shiny thing over here. So I want to help you eliminate that for good, all right? And I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So we'll do that in the next sort of 10 minutes. And then I got to jump off. But if you got any questions, bang them in the comments below. For way of recognizing anyone who is new to my world, if you are, my name's Kirby. I am a difference maker. I help coaches fill their calendar with awesome clients, and I make it really simple to do that with awesome sales and marketing strategies. So if that is you and you want some help, listen up and make sure you follow along. I think it'll be extremely informative for you. If you are watching on the replay, let me know where you're coming in from. I can see a couple of people on live. I don't know who it is because it doesn't tell me, which is pretty handy. So just bang it in the comments and hopefully I'll be able to see. And without any further ado, let's get stuck into it. But let me give you the context for the discussion here, just so you know where we're at. Yesterday I talked about the goal setting process. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch that video first because it'll make more sense. Although this will still make sense. So maybe just disregard completely what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so what I need you to do, hey Emma, is get yourself a piece of paper, right, and turn it landscape, okay? And I know some people might have seen this. I know Emma, you might remember this from the training we did together, but I use this with all of my coaching clients because it's super straightforward and it works really well. So I'm going to switch over to Notepad now, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So what I want you to do on the page, imagine this is your piece of paper, and I want you to draw, when it works, 3 columns, right? So you're going to have 2 lines, you're going to have 3 columns. Now here's the goodness of this. Thinking about your goals, and you know yesterday I spoke to you about process goals, not outcome goals. I want you to reverse engineer all of your outcome goals, okay? So here's how we're going to do it. And this is going to completely shift the way you go around things, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. It's going to make a massive difference for you. So in this left-hand column over here, I want you to put in, and I'm going to do my best to draw this. It's going to be next 90 days. Excuse the lag. I don't know. That's such a lag. It's crazy. 90. That's supposed to be a 90. It doesn't really look like a 90, does it? But that says next 90, right? I always like to work in quarterly plans. The reason for that is because if I'm working with clients, I always set them up on a quarterly plan, so that makes sense straight away. But secondly, it's very tangible and very measurable in a short period of time. So instead of saying, let's talk about your 10-year plan, which is way too abstract and way too hardcore, I just like to talk about the next 3 months because everyone knows what they want to achieve in the next 3 months, hopefully. Now, what I want you to do in the next column is I want you to write next 30. So you can just write 30. That's supposed to be a 3, 3, 0. And in this final column on the far right-hand side, I want you to write down the number 7. Or you can write down this week, whichever one you're more comfortable with and whichever one your preference is, okay? Now, this side on the left, the next 90 days, these are going to be more outcome-specific goals, right? So the exact thing I tell you not to set is what I'm telling you to write down here because I want to show you how to unset them. So I'm going to use the example of writing a book because it's a simple one and it's one that I've actually done. So I know the example so well that I can say it again and again and again. It looks like I'm writing like some sort of weird murder script or something here. Anyway, so let's say in the next 90 days, I wanted to write the manuscript for my next book, which, by the way, is one of my 90-day goals. What I would then do, and what I want you to do, and by the way, these can be anything to do with health, wealth, clients, sales, revenue, holidays, paying off your credit card debt, whatever, right? Any of these things in the 90-day column can be anything that relates to anything that's going on in your life or in your business or in your relationships or whatever it is, right? It's your life, it's your business. Write whatever you want on your plan. This is called the growth triad, by the way, this plan that I'm showing you. And then in the next column here, I want you to think about what would need to be tangibly real for you in the next 30 days in order for this to become real, for this to be on track for 90 days, right? So using the example of the book here, but you insert your own example. If I was going to write a book in the next 90 days, I would say that in the next month, I would have to have 6 chapters finished. 6 chapters. I don't know what is going on with this pen thing here, but anyway, let me see if I change it. Might change it over a bit. Let's try this one. 6 chapters. That's even worse, isn't it? But anyway, look at that. It's like I've gone from like bad to worse. Anyway, I'm just having a good laugh to myself here. So that's breaking down this big outcome into a more tangible step, right? Now the last part of this process, and the most important part, and this is where you keep yourself accountable, and this is where I would keep you accountable if you're a coaching client, is that I would say, right, what needs to happen this week for you to get to 6 chapters in 30 days? And it might be that you say, well, Kirby, this week I have to write 2 chapters, and I have to have the outline for the book. I don't know why I'm even attempting to write this, but it's just so I feel better about my teaching here. And I have to write the outline for my book, right? So that might be what needs to happen in the next 7 days. Now, if I then ring you tomorrow, if I call you on your cell or your mobile, and I say, hey, send me a screenshot of your calendar, and you send me a screenshot, and your screenshot for your calendar does not include the writing time for your book to write 2 chapters or the outline, well, guess what? You are distracted. So this just eliminates distractions. Now, here's the really cool part. This is a 90-day plan. Do you think if you got super, super, super excited about something that you could wait till the end of the 90 days before you start acting on it? I think you could, right? So what I want you to do, down in this little corner down here, I want you to write the word sandpit, okay? And what that means, and I have to run in 2 seconds, but what that means is any idea that you get throughout the first 90 days or throughout this 90-day plan where you get distracted and you think, wow, that would be a cool thing to do. I'd really like to completely change direction and go the other way, like Kirby told me not to. Then what we do is you write it down in your sandpit. So you'd have all these ideas or these thoughts or these projects you want to do or the books that you want to write or the clients that you want to serve, the webinars you want to do, the events you'd like to do in the other side of the world. All of those things go in the sandpit. And at the end of the 90-day plan, when you come to review this bit, and you're saying, did I achieve this, and this? Then you look and you say, right, in my sandpit, I have all of these things. Which ones of these should I now transfer into the 90-day plan? And that is how you eliminate the shiny object syndrome. Because shiny object syndrome is really important because it means your creative talents are flowing. But what we don't want to do is allow it to distract you. So by putting it in the sandpit, it means we respect your creative process, but it also means that we also respect what we've committed to right now, and we respect to the whole setting of the process goal here. And this is how you keep yourself accountable, because at the end of the week, you can say, did I do 2 chapters or not? And if you find that every 7 days you're saying to yourself, actually, I didn't get any of that done, and you're coming up with all the excuses in the world, that's where you need to get a coach. All right? Simple as that. You need someone to keep you accountable, or a mentor, or someone that you can say, hey, do the work. That's the process. Now, tomorrow I'll come on, and I'm going to talk about something tomorrow which eliminates distraction if you are getting distracted in this part here, the 7 days. If you find that when you're doing this process, you get to the end of the week and you're like, I failed again. That didn't work for me. I had all these excuses. I got bogged down with all this stuff that wasn't important. I'm going to show you tomorrow how to deal with that. Okay? So this is kind of like a continuation. What I'm doing is I'm helping you to learn a planning and productivity process here that will help you to grow your business. and help you to fill your calendar with great clients. Okay. So I hope that's been enjoyable. I have to run because I literally have to jump on a coaching call right now with people on the other side of the world. So it's probably good that I show up for them since they've paid me to be there. And if you got any questions, put it in the comments, and I will speak to you a bit later on. Okay? See you later.